WVIT TV channel 30, New Britain, Hartford, and it's all the news half the time. With joining us in the news, Sports Director Mike Crispino and Brantfield and Weather. And this is 30 News, the 6 p.m. report. Good evening, everybody, on this Tuesday evening, August 19th, 1986. I'm joining us in the news. What's happening on the 30 News, the evening report. In Cheshire, state traffic officials want developers at the crossroads at Cheshire Business Park to develop a fifth lane on Route 10 near the new interchange with Interstate 69. When the Route 10 bridge over Interstate 69 also may have to be widened later by the crossroads developers and others in the area. The State Traffic Commission is expected to act today on plans by Banker and Banker Realty Incorporated Greenwich for the $6 billion park, according to William Stockert, Executive Director for STC. He said that the Commission would enact the recommendations by the State Department of Transportation's Traffic Engineering section for that project. David Olmink of DOT Traffic Engineering said engineers want Banker and Banker to build a fifth lane along the east side of the Route 10 highway between East Johnson Avenue and the highways interchange with 691. The STC Olmink said is expected to follow the engineer's recommendation. The reason for widening to provide a left turn lane, Olmink said Monday, is pretty much substantial in cost. Should the STC order the new lane, Banker and Banker would be responsible for the improvements and any cost associated with them. The improvements would be made in place before the developer could be open in the building. Holmick said that it did not have any cost estimates for the project, said that the new lane would be stretched 99 feet at a front Banker & Banker's new office park. And it featured Banker to Banker and several other area businessmen, including John Ray Kenny, development of the Apple Valley Mall, are expected to be required to enlarge the new Route 10 bridge across the Interstate 69, according to Holmick. The DOT, he said, it may require several developers to foot the bill for developing the size of the new bridge. In Hartford, the state Supreme Court Monday ordered a new trial for a Stanford man accused of shooting a neighbor's death of a long-standing dispute. The High Court unanimously overturned the murder conviction of Roy E. Casey and grants that the judge of this trial failed to give complete instructions to the jury that returned to the conviction. And Casey, 58, was convicted of murder but acquitted of attempted murder in an April 1982 shotgun slaying of Brian Williams, 22, after one court papers interpreted as a long-standing dispute. Sentenced to 25 years in prison, Casey appealed to the conviction of the Supreme Court, challenging that the instruction given to the trial jury on the law of the case and another rulings made during the trial. The Supreme Court granted a new trial, finding that the trial judge failed to give jurors adequate instructions with regards to Casey's defense of extreme emotional disturbance. In another appeal decided on Monday, the Supreme Court upheld the conviction of a man found guilty of murder and two other charges in connection with a slave of his estranged wife father. Donald Hughes was convicted by a Danbury Superior Court jury of murder, attempted murder, and possession with a weapon in a motor vehicle, and given a total effective sentence of life in prison. Hughes was convicted of killing Dwight Boyce, his estranged wife's father, and found in a shot to their brother on July 24, 1982 incident at the brother's home in Norwell, Fairfield. In this second successful appeal for a new trial, its lawyers argued that to the trial, the judge had given improper instructions to the jury that to return to their guilty verdicts. In another case cited on Monday, the Supreme Court refused to block the extradition of a Connecticut man accused of violating the Georgia law class and failed to pay for agricultural projects as a crime. The case was considered around $15,000 worth of pecans ordered from Dean Pecan Company in Camilla, Georgia, received the accounts of the Triangle Dairy Corporation, which is owned by Martin Engel and placed in involuntary bankruptcy in 1980. Mitchell was indicted in California, Georgia, on a charge of failing to pay for agricultural products and a request for his extradition sent in 1982 in Connecticut. He filed appeals challenging to the warrant issued in Connecticut for his returning to Georgia, claiming that the Georgia law in question was unconstitutional and that the arrest warrant was valid. The Supreme Court denied both claims. Han Levy, 30 News, in Hartford. Newport, Rhode Island, a stocky knife wheeling bandit rousted Doyle Harris, Karen Skelly, from her bed currently Monday and robbed her of $3 million to $5 million worth of jewelry. In a $2 million theft in the city's Manchester district in the past month. It is the fifth time Skelly has been victimized by jewel thieves in the past 9 years. The Skelly, the daughter of late William Skelly, who amassed a fortune in and business associate of late J. Paul Getty, was awakened in a Boyce Dorf mansion at about 3:30 a.m. by a man wearing a ski mask and a dark sweatsuit and brandishing a knife, said Sergeant Francis Tessina. The intruders came in her bedroom, threatened her with a knife, and told her they would tie her up if she made any noise. Tessina said Skelly's daughter also was in the mansion, but she was unaware that the intruder wasn't at home. He proceeded to go at the house about 30 minutes before fleeing on foot with a small amount of cash, about $50 and a multi-million dollars in jewelry. Tessina said that we estimated between $3 million and $5 million. Skelly and her daughter were not injured, and Tessina was described to the robber as a short, stocky white male. Investigators are sure, however, the man entered a two-story estate with a French chateau built in 1927 with limestone walls in back, while iron gates were covered in the front doors. In 1983, Skelly was robbed of $2.2 million of gold and diamond and other jewelry by a former maid. In August 1985, 3 teenagers broke into Skelly's estate and stole about 15 pieces of gold and diamond jewelry. The items were recovered in both cases. In 1982, Skelly lost about $1 million of family jewels when a man in command and chauffeur driven a limousine and a gunpoint outside the LaGuardia Airport in 1977 in New York. In 1977, she was robbed of $199,000 worth of jewels, which were insured in the Long Island Mansion in Southampton, New York. 1964, robbers forced their way in the Boyce store estate escaped with $300,000 of jewelry from the guests at the party. The mansion was then owned by Doris Ingersoll, a drug dealer, the founder of the Campbell Soup Company. Skelly's near Gibson Avenue mansion just off the famed Bellevue Avenue in the heart of the Ocean Resort's Millionaires Row, about 1 million from the summer Wyndham mansion, who was robbed of more than $1 million last month. Calvin Walker was 29 of Queens, New York, was arrested on charge with a July 22nd rape and $1 million robbery at the summer Wyndham. Walker is accused of terrorizing members of the Texas Coffin family, believing police, which he fled with a cash and loot taxi. Police believe Walker was a Sylvan Gun rapist who had committed a series of sexual assaults on the New York Upper East Side.